Oh,
over the last few years?
no, certainly not. I mean, these are about longer term shifts and in the economy, and in the case of this recovery from this particular recession, I think it's now widely understood that you get this sort of grumpy growth phenomenon, where rather than bouncing out of a recession with a different balance in the economy, it's a long, slow grind. And as I pointed out in there, we've had headwinds, which we're all familiar with, which make that rebalancing process a bit more of a challenge.
Is it frustrating that capital is now going to the Christchurch rebuild instead of, as you said, the tradable sector, and any other ways to encourage capital to go to to get more capital into the tradable sector while it still goes to Christchurch? And does the government have to play a part there, seeing as that it can borrow at 3.5% for 10-year money?
Oh, well, no, the government's not intending to fiddle around with, investment. The government's got its own $250 billion of investments that it's, got a big job to look after, of which ACC is just one of them. Look, the Christchurch is what it is. It's not a matter of being frustrating. Well, of course it's frustrating to have had the earthquakes, but having had the earthquakes, we must rebuild that city, even if it's not in the short term consistent with funding going into the export sector. We know we have to rebuild Christchurch, and we've committed strongly to that. It's just simply raises the bar on how much we need to do to lift competitiveness and and succeed in getting some shift to the tradable segment.
How much longer do you see this grumpy growth continuing?
Well, in some parts of the world it's going to be 10 to 15 years. In New Zealand, we're looking at a moderate track, a track of moderate growth, which means, which looks like over the next 2 or 3 years, 2 or 3% growth. And by developed world standards, unfortunately, that's quite good. But I think it does need to get to 2 to 3% before people feel like the economy's moving along. Clearly, in some parts of the economy, people do feel that way. You're seeing a bit more movement in the housing sector, for instance, stimulated by low interest rates. And if growth turns out to be lower than that, the Reserve Bank's got room to move on interest rates.